Hi guys, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. So for today's reading, we're going to be receiving messages from the winds of change. So we're going to see what inspiration, what guidance, what healing can be offered through these messages. So let's choose our significator cards to go along with your crystal guides. Let's see what image for pile number 1. So we have this card here. Pile number 2. Alright. Pile number 2. And pile number 3. These are the most awkward cards to shuffle because they are this octagon shape. And it's hard to maneuver the deck. At least I try not to do them on camera anyway, so you don't see the mess that's coming from the shuffling. Alright, so pile number 3, we're taking this card here. We have the Raven's Head. Oops. Put those right side up. So for pile number 1, we have Coagulation, and that is paired with the Moonstone. Kind of flashy. Just a reminder, guys, I do have an online crystal shop. You can find it on Facebook, Oasis Pop-Up Rock Shop, Oasis Sacred Spaces, and you will find many crystals posted on the wall. We also have a live show every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for pile number 2, we have the New Pearl, and that is with this Rutile quartz, also called angel hair. These cards love the spin. Pile number 3, we have the Raven's Head along with blue Aragonite. Okay, pretty wild. And these two, we have this pearl, and over here we have some golden pearls. Alright, pause the video if you need more time to meditate. These are your 3 pile choices. The timestamps will be listed in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Hi guys, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the Coagulation card with the Moonstone. And usually coagulation, if I can say this, is about the coming together of different parts, maybe information, lessons, etc. But for here, coming out with the Moonstone, what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of emotional baggage. A lot of maybe wounds that are sitting in the sacral chakra. And our sacral chakra is our connection to our emotions, to our water, the way that we nurture ourselves, the way that we were nurtured as children, how we engage in relationships, what relationships look like. It's also our center of creativity. And coming up with the Moonstone, like I feel like there's, you know, this connection to the emotions here, and maybe there's some things that need to be cleansed and healed so that you can open that sacral chakra and have more healthy, be open to more healthy relationships, to receiving the love that you deserve, to being more connected to your emotions and going with the flow of life, maybe not feeling so stuck or rigid, or like you can't have good things in your life, including people. So there's some cleansing and purification that needs to take place, having to do with the emotional body. Okay, so the winds of change, right? So this could be the healing that's coming in, or this could be what you're being asked to work on. Let's put this up here. What needs to change could be the way that we relate to our emotions here, right? Oh, and you have release coming out. Okay. Confirmation. There needs to be a little bit of healing, purification taking place. Yeah, letting go of some old energies, old wounds, old emotions. Yeah, it's like think of like a dam, when beavers start damming up a body of water, the water's not allowed to flow anymore, and that is very symbolic of your blessings, your emotions, the way that you connect, the way that you receive blessings, the way that you receive love, the way that you allow yourself to go with the flow, you know what I mean? Do you hold yourself back? Are you hiding yourself? Are you not admitting your emotions and the way that you feel? Are you not acknowledging the pain that you felt during certain experiences? Because I just want to let you know, like, when we are children and we experience trauma, we don't exactly understand, and we don't understand how to process what we're seeing and what we're going through. We just know that we don't feel safe in expressing our emotions, and we didn't receive the nurturing that we needed in the moment to help us process what we were going through, right? And so when we get to be adults and we have those memories come up, and our sacral chakra is a body of water, and water stores memories, it stores information, right? So this is like a link to the past here. There's some things of the past that need to be healed. And so as adults, when we get visions of our childhood in these moments where we experience some kind of a challenge or a trauma or something where we didn't feel safe, and it scared us, or it was so painful and heartbreaking, we tend to like push them away, ignore them, deny them. We don't want to have that memory in our mind, right? But it's your inner child that's seeking that healing. They want you to give them more understanding and clarification on what they were going through. How do I process this? What advice can you give me? What wisdom can you share with me so that I'm not sitting here in pain and suffering and being ignored by everybody, including you, my higher self, who is ignoring that there's suffering in here in some way. There's pain and there's sadness and there's nobody comforting me. And so you are the one who can go and be that parent for yourself and give your younger child that clarification, understanding, which then will heal that child, because the child just needs more information. It needs more understanding of what was it experiencing, why did I have to hide, or why not why, but like I feel alone, I feel abandoned, in this moment that I was experiencing this. And you can be the person who offers that healing and understanding and reminds them that they are strong and that they are loved and that they are deserving and worthy and everything, so that they're not still sitting in their pain. And this happens to us all. You're not the only one. There's just a lot of things that go on in a family and people's lives, and we don't necessarily have all of the coping skills and all of the techniques and tools on how to navigate being a parent, and so sometimes if the parents have a lot of trauma and toxicity in their lives from their family, then you're bound to be exposed to it, and children tend to take things on as there's something wrong with them, and there's really nothing wrong with you. It's just the environment that you're in isn't one that makes you feel safe to grow in. And so now you have the space within that needs your nurturing energy, the sacral chakra. You need to nurture those emotions where you don't feel safe, or you don't feel loved, you don't feel valued, you feel left alone and abandoned, and so because of that, maybe you look for other people to give you approval, or you look for other people to love you and value you, and you're not maybe receiving that, and that is because you have to put it within your own soil first. Like, you have to create that soil, You know, you have to germinate those seeds of intent that you are worthy, that you are deserving, that you are loved and cared for. Because the soil that you're in right now is like the pot that your parents planted you in, you know, and it didn't have the proper growing conditions. You didn't feel loved and safe and nurtured. So now you have to uproot yourself from that energy, from that mindset, and plant yourself in soil where you love yourself, where you are the one who speaks kindly, who appreciates you, who values you, who can see your potential. You know, you have to be that person who feeds your confidence, you know, that self-love, self-care energy. That's what you need. Cleaning house, more cleansing. Let's put this over here because you definitely need to clean house. You know, what isn't serving you? What is happening? What is from the past that you're still holding on to that you need to let go of? You know, it's no longer serving you. And we have the full moon coming out as well with this Moonstone. There's definite need for emotional cleansing, you know, so that you can reach your full potential without the past holding you back. See, all the little goats are coming through. I know you guys in my videos, you're going to hear all kinds of farm sounds. You know, I can't help it. I live on the farm, and where I'm at is I love to watch nature and be around nature. It helps ground me during my readings. So there is windows surrounding me, and all the animals just walk by me. So I apologize if they are distracting you right now, because they are distracting me. Okay. All right, yeah, so there are some things that need to be cleansed out of your emotional body. There needs to be some healing and nurturing that takes place within you. And we are our own healers. We have protecting treasure. Look at that. That's your inner child needs you, you know. I feel like there needs to be recognition and validation that what you went through happened, you know what I mean? And it was hurtful, it was painful, it hurt your feelings, and allow yourself to process that feeling. That was your inner child's truth. That did happen to me. I did feel this way, and then I didn't feel safe enough to express that because I thought, you know, something worse would happen. Maybe you weren't allowed to cry. Maybe you didn't feel safe enough to tell your truth, to say that you hurt my feelings because you didn't feel like you would be heard or that anybody even cared, you know? And so that part of you still feels that way, you know? And when we repress it and pretend that we don't feel that way, we don't have those emotions, you know, it just sits there and becomes this little knot, you know, and it becomes this place of dissatisfaction with so many things in our life. And we almost start turning against ourselves, and we betray our own inner child by telling them, you know, ignoring how they feel, because that's kind of what happened to us. We felt like people just ignored our emotions and what we were going through, and that nobody really cared. And that's not necessarily the truth. It may be for some of you, but not necessarily. Children just can't communicate what their needs are, or that they don't feel safe. You know, they don't know how to properly communicate the emotions, right? And so now as an adult, you still probably don't understand how to communicate your emotions. That's because you have denied them and suppressed them so much that you don't even know your truth yet, right? And so you're being asked to sit with yourself, sit with your emotions, sit with your inner child, allow them to grieve and to tell you how they felt during these moments, you know. And you don't necessarily have to go deep diving. Sometimes they're right there on the surface. Like there's some core memories that come up for you, and those are the ones that your soul is asking you to go back towards and bring that healing, bring that inner child, hold their hand and bring them forward to the present moment, so they're not in the past, still in suffering and feeling ignored and neglected. We have mountain. We have this light shining in. We have feel like there's just like mountain. Ooh, this could be generational, generational pain. Things that maybe have been passed down generationally on how, this is how we do it. This is how my parents raised me, and that's, if they don't know better, they don't do better type energy. And some people don't. Some people don't take what happened to them and not inflict it on others. Some people just like, I don't know what to do with this energy, and I'm so angry, and I've got so much pain and rage that I don't have any love to give. So the only thing I have to give is more pain. So I just they share the negativity around. Well, this is what happened to me, so don't think you're better than me. I mean, ooh, and that sounds so bad. It sounds so horrible. And I truly don't think people hear themselves. And when you are somebody who experiences pain and you're empathic and you have an open heart, when you go through that, it's hard for us to process. Like, I don't even understand how somebody can do this to somebody. How can you not see the pain that you're inflicting, and how can you be okay inflicting pain on somebody else? I'm one of those people. I never understood that as a kid. I didn't understand how people can be so mean to one another, and the bullying and all that kind of stuff. Like, it just broke my heart so much. And when we see those things, we tend to like hide because we don't want to stick out. And for a little while I did, and there were moments where I would stand up for people and defend anybody who was trying to bully anybody else, because I didn't agree to that. And I don't care if they're different or not. And sometimes that would get me beat up, but I did what was in my heart to do. And a lot of people are afraid to stand up and follow their heart. They are too worried about how they're going to look and appearances, and sometimes they're afraid maybe if they get beat up, they wouldn't be able to handle it, Anyways, I'm not sure why that one's coming out. This might resonate with some of y'all. We have inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask you to bring your inspiration to me. Okay, so I have the heart chakra coming out here. This will help heal your heart, of course, because your emotions, like your sacral chakra, is very connected to the heart. It's how we feel. It's the love that we share and what we have to give and offer. And when we're children and we don't feel like we're very nurtured and that we received a lot of love and attention and everything, we continue to seek somebody to see us and to validate that we're good. And unfortunately, if you have that void within you that doesn't feel that way, you will attract people in your life who, see you the way that you see you. If you don't think you're good enough and that you're not lovable and you're always seeking other people's approval and validation, you're never going to receive it. You're going to attract what you believe about yourself. You're going to attract people who don't value you, who don't truly love you and care for you. Once you start to practice more self-love and self-care and you heal this core wound, you will start to attract people who value you and who appreciate you, who love you, because you are beginning to love yourself. By listening to yourself, by validating how you feel, by validating your worthiness and opening your heart to receive love. Because sometimes our pain, can feel so deeply that we want to harden our hearts so that we don't feel the pain anymore, and we try to shut it down, and then we end up having heart problems because we don't want to feel the pain. But the heart is very sensitive. It feels, it has emotions, and it wants to express love. But if we've been hurt so much by expressing our love, then we try to hide it, and we try to shut it down, and we create illness within the heart, within the body. And so when we learn to heal our emotions and what we went through and process our pain from a different perspective or from a higher perspective, because when we experience these pains, we have one form of consciousness, at a certain level of our life, at a time in our life when we were a certain age. And as we get up older, we attain the wisdom from our experiences. And so now the 30-year-old you has more wisdom than the 20-year-old you, And so when we have struggles and challenges and we make choices that, we can look back on and be like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking, But at that time, that was your mindset, that was your awareness, that was your perspective. maybe these were the only choices you saw you having at the moment that you made them, you know, and it's coming to that place of forgiveness for yourself, and forgiveness for others, because people do things, you know, without thinking and without the awareness of how it affects other people. Most people are just living in their own heads, in their own minds, and in their own worlds. They're not putting themselves in other people's shoes and trying to understand why people act the way they do, why they talk the way they do, you know, why they express themselves the way they do. You know, people just make judgments and perceptions without knowing people's full stories, you know, and where they come from, what challenges have they overcome, what pain have they experienced that's made them so hard and so, you know, negative and everything. And it comes from people who have broken hearts, you know, and they don't know how to heal. They don't know what to do with it. And, you know, they too are suppressing their pain and their emotions. And when you have somebody who can fully, you know, understand their emotional body and understand where their pain comes from, and work on healing that pain, they have such a big, beautiful heart, you know, and they have so much compassion for others because they understand what it's like to go through struggle and still have like an open heart. And sometimes people see that as like a weakness, or they think that just because somebody's happy that they've never struggled, they've never had challenges in their life, and that's not true. That may be true for some people, but, you know, that's still, again, judging other people's, you know, book by the cover. You don't know their story. You don't know people's stories. That could be the inspiration. Seeing your story is meant to inspire others. So as you go on this healing journey here of cleansing and healing, you are going to be like the foundation for future generations, you know, where you are somebody who has, you know, healed and understood their inner child and brought that healing so that you're not bringing it down, bringing it forward to the generations to come. You know, you become somebody who says, no, it stops here. I'm going to validate my children. I'm going to, you know, validate myself, and I'm going to change the way that this family's been doing things, because they're very unaware of the cause and effect that this type of energy creates in somebody's mind and somebody's heart and in their life. Okay, we have authenticity. All right. Authenticity comes from you being yourself, from expressing your truth. And it's being honest with yourself about how you feel, not ignoring your emotions, you know. Okay, let me give an example. So say you're a child and both parents are very abusive, and it hurts you, but you still love them, you know, you still want their approval, you still want them to see you, so you try to do everything you can to like please them, and it seems like they, you know, are never wanting to give you that approval, like they never give you that confidence, they never give you that love and support that you're looking for. There's always just this criticism or this judgment or snide comment, you know, it doesn't feel like there's truly any love coming from them, you know. And so as a child, you know, when you get older, you may look back and, you know, be angry that you wanted their approval, or that you tried so hard to get their love when you should have, you know, cut them off out of your life because they were, you know, never going to give you that approval because they didn't have it to give. They didn't have any approval themselves. Maybe they weren't nurtured by their parents so that they had it planted and seeded within their own hearts. And so because they didn't have it, they couldn't give it to you, even though you were searching for it and wanting them to create it for you. And they didn't have that seed to give you. So, you know, and a lot of children always want their parents' approval. It doesn't matter how mean they are, how disapproving they are. Children, you know, want their parents' approval. And of course, you know, why wouldn't you? They gave birth to you. So there's this like bond, this connection. So, but it's, what we tend to do is deny our feelings. We deny our truth. We deny our pain. We deny that we feel that way, that is our truth. But that truth is who you are. You know, it makes you real. You're authentic. We are human beings. We are meant to feel. And it's sad because so much of this world tries to desensitize us from feeling. And our emotions are such a source of power. It is how we create, how we work with the divine, how we manifest things into our life. It's how we connect to each other, you know? Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. See, and that's coming into wholeness with yourself. Okay, that's what needs to happen. But there needs to be this separation of the past and the way that you're treated and tried to be molded into this person who doesn't have love for themselves and doesn't have any love to share for others when it is something that you desperately want in your life. So you yourself have to take from this experience and let it inspire you to create what it is that you want for yourself and for others in your family and in your life. If you didn't get the seed from your parent, that is the moment where that inspiration comes in for you of, this is what I was seeking, so I'm the one who has it. Okay, you have that understanding and awareness that this is what's missing, and for them it doesn't seem like that they need that, but it's something that you need. So you have to generate that for yourself. You have to plant that seed within you, because it's a seed that you came with, for you to germinate in your own soil and for future generations coming after you. That self-love, that confidence, that understanding to allow yourself to feel your truth. We have waterfall, effortless, yes. Allow your emotions to flow. If you feel sad because you saw something today that just broke your heart and you felt empathy for what an individual is going through, like, allow yourself to feel that. That makes you human, you know, and it's beautiful to see how we love. And that is why we incarnated here, because to love as a human being, like, is something that is unimaginable, like in the other realms, because all that exists there is love, you know. They don't know, in the higher realms, we don't know pain, we don't know evil, we don't know hate, we don't know those lower negative vibrations and energies and ways of being. And so here, to see somebody go through so much darkness and so much pain, and but still be able to, like, love and still have a heart that feels and is tender, you know what I mean? It's such a beautiful thing, because that person, you could choose to just be somebody who's hateful and angry and bitter because people in your life were shitty, you know, but you chose to, like, yeah, that's them, and that's not who I am. I don't identify being that way. My heart doesn't function like that. It doesn't feel good to me. This is what feels good to me. And embracing that part of who you are, because that's your true self, you know, that is such, I know it doesn't feel like a blessing, but it is. It is something that is beautiful, and it is a gift, and it makes you strong. We should feel that way for one another. We should be sad when we see, you know, someone lose a loved one and everything. We shouldn't be cold and unfeeling towards one another's pain, you know. Vulnerability. Our vulnerability makes us strong, because that is a heart that's open, a heart that can empathize and share and connect with what somebody's going through. You know, that it shows how much pain you can withstand, you know what I mean? Oh. And how much love you hold. It doesn't make you weak. That's why people don't do it, because it takes the strongest people to go through things and still have an open heart, to still feel, to still believe in, like, humanity, in the good in people, and the good in one another, even when they're doing something that is very hurtful and painful, to still have love for somebody who is acting out of not their highest good at the moment, because whatever they're experiencing that has them in a moment of pain, and they can't get rid of the pain, so the only way they know how to do it is to inflict it onto somebody else so that they can breathe for a minute, right? And empaths, unfortunately, we take it up and we try to change it and transform it, but sometimes that pain gets in there, right? And it's hurtful and painful. But when you have a strong heart, you know that that's not yours to carry, you know. You can understand that people are in pain and suffering and they're just trying to get rid of it the only way they know how, but it's not yours to carry, and it's not because there's anything wrong with you, okay? And breathe. All right, we have clouds and shape-shifting. Yes, you are going to be transforming your thoughts, shifting the way that you see things, the way that you've perceived things in the past. We have instinct with the wolf. Yes, okay. Come join the wolf pack. You're going to have so much faith and trust in yourself once you go on this healing journey of self-discovery and becoming your most authentic self. And you're going to be the leader. You're here to lead the way. You're here to shift the perspective. You're here to shift the karmic energies within your family lineage. You know, and the wolves are, you know, very independent. And that's the thing, like, you have to learn to be more reliant upon yourself and not looking for anybody else to fulfill your needs, to give you that self-validation, to tell you that you are good enough and that you're deserving. Like, you already are. You just have to remind yourself that you are. You have to plant that seed within. And you have to listen to your inner guidance, to your heart, to your intuition. We have spirit guides. Yes, I open my heart to my guides and trust in the wisdom they share with me. Confirmation here, okay? Connect to your higher self. Your higher self is within your heart. Your guides are all within your heart. Follow your heart. Your heart is your authenticity. Your eternal spirit, higher self, sacred intuition. I love it. I love when they just confirm what I'm speaking to. Yes. Connecting to your soul. Your soul is eternal. I feel like you're a spiritual person. You have a lot of wisdom. Like, you're very determined, and you're going to go on this healing journey. You're going to come out successful. You're going to have that, you know, you're going to achieve your goals. You're going to have that inner connection where you feel safe to be yourself. You love yourself. You allow yourself to just flow with life and be guided by your guides, by your heart. And we have this field of flowers, you know, there's this blooming. You're going to be blooming. Yes, because when you nurture the seeds, right, you plant the seeds, you nurture them with your love, and your love is symbolic of the waters, the nurturing waters, the mother's nectar, you know, the mother's milk. You're caring. I love you, whatever your name is. I appreciate you. I am worthy, and I do deserve this. I deserve this type of relationship. I deserve this type of love. You know, I am good enough. You start affirming to yourself and building your esteem up. And that is what brings this blooming energy. The blooming of your authentic self is going to come in. What do we have? Karmic relationship, releasing the past. Okay. And then we have clear energy blocks, activating the higher chakras. Nice. Okay. So yeah, some of those relationships, and some that you may be experiencing now because of this childhood wound. You may have attracted a lot of people in your life that have pretty much almost mirrored that same type of relationship to you. And so when you go on this healing journey and start learning to love yourself and validate your true feelings, you will start to like heal that wound, which then almost makes you a repulsive to the opposite energy of what you've been experiencing. You know, you start to like magnetize healthier relationships to you because you have a healthier relationship with yourself. And so the love that you give to yourself will be the love that individuals also want to share with you. They're the same vibration, you know. They see your light and you see their light, and there's this equal exchange of energy back and forth. It's not just you pouring into a relationship and somebody just taking advantage of you. Yeah, because you don't know your worth and your value, so they don't see it either, and they don't, you know, give it to you. They just kind of take from you. So anyways, that's going to help you open up the channels to bring in these healthier, happier relationships, because you are learning to have that healthy, happy relationship with yourself. So, oh, I'm so happy for you. Pile number 1. You are going to be such a beautiful light when you achieve this, when you start learning to see yourself for who you really are. And you're going to be an inspiration for others. Okay, all right, pile number 1, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here. Thank you so much for being here with me today in the Healing Temple. I'm sending y'all so much love. If this reading resonated with you and you feel like sharing your story, just comment below. Or if you don't know what to say, just let me know. Pile number 1 was your reading. Sending y'all so much love. Y'all have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 2. You were drawn to the new pearl and the angel hair. So what I'm getting with the combination of these two here is you're being guided to have some patience. So the winds of change are telling you to have faith, to have hope, to believe in divine timing, right? So sometimes what happens to us when we go through a lot of challenges and we overcome them, we're putting in the work, we're putting in the effort, we're healing, and we have been manifesting. Maybe you've been setting these intentions and you haven't quite seen the full manifestation yet. And that is because it hasn't quite actualized here on the physical, like on the 3D dimensional plane, right? And that is where our patience and our faith is being tested, to believe even though you don't see, to know that it is there, and to keep building that matrix, that foundation. You know, it's like the gathering up of energy. So you just keep on pouring in until you reach this cone of energy, right? And then eventually all that faith, all that hard work materializes into something tangible. So this is asking you to have faith and trust in divine timing, to have some patience, because the pearl hasn't yet formed. You know, I feel like you're looking for results of the efforts that you put in, and it hasn't quite made that full tangible, you know, aspect yet, that physical element that you're looking to see. All right, let's see what else is going to come in. We're putting these in the center of your reading today. We have a rare bloom. Okay, so there's something unique about what it is that you've been manifesting. We have these 2 dragons, the apples on the tree. Yeah, you're looking for your harvest, right? All the work, the nurturing energy that you've been putting into something, you're wanting to see the fruits of the labor. Changing faces. That one's unique, right? And again, we have the the two animals. We have two birds over here. I'm not sure what that one is. I'm gonna say it's a snow leopard hawk. I'm not sure what this one is. I do know that it is some type of a hawk. And then we have the crow. We have these play of colors, the duality here. So there's a lot of shifting that's taking place behind scenes right now that you aren't able to perceive yet. It's all, you know, it's that divine timing, trusting in the phase of life that you're in. Go with the flow. We are unaware of the things that have to fall into place behind the scenes before that forward movement can take place. There may be an accumulation of more gifts, more talents, just more strengthening up of that spiritual connection with your faith, you know, strengthening your faith so that you know that you are always guided, that you can trust and know that the work that you're putting in is going to come to bloom. And we have these dandelions that are in their final stages just before they are being released, and some have been released, but some of these dandelions are still in that seed, you know, the seed of development. They're not quite ready to go spread out and, you know, sow the seeds everywhere else, but I feel like you're getting to that point of reaching full bloom. But right now there are some things that are taking place behind the scenes that you can't quite see yet. But there is something tangible that will be manifesting for you. We have dry desert. Yeah, I feel like you've been feeling, you know, alone. But this is meaningless. All the work that you've been doing, everything that you've been putting in to lay this foundation, you know, and you just haven't been seeing the results you're looking for yet. We have the balancing act with number 11. All right, so continue holding your balance, going with your flow, remaining positive, keeping that strength. You know, it's strengthening up your connection to the divine, towing the line, you know, doing your part. Spirit's doing their part. They need you to stay focused, stay positive, focused on your manifestation, focusing on your visualizations, your mantras, your positive affirmations. But be grounded and rooted in your knowing, in your faith. And this is so wild. So this one came out, like I had thought about using these, but I didn't use them for this reading. And as I was shuffling one of these other card decks, this one was inside of it and popped out. And I was like, okay, so this one wanted to come out for you. And it's also a number 11. So we have this 1111 of manifestation in here. So your thoughts have been heard, your wishes, your manifestations have been heard by the universe. Things are just taking time, and they have to go through a phase. There has to be a place of adjustment, of realignment and shifting for things to fully manifest in your current life. So this is why your faith is being tested, because you're not seeing it yet. You feel like you're doing all the right things, and you just aren't seeing it fully coming into, you know, physical development yet. And we have the Judge with poetic justice, like the balance is shifting, the karmic balance here. That's what I felt like. The light is being restored. There's been a lot of working through the shadows and healing and shining your light, you know, elevating your inner child, your spiritual gifts. And we have, what is this, Saturn? Yeah, healing the patterns of the past. A blending of masculine and feminine energies. Coming into wholeness, into unity within. Let's see what else we got. letting go. Okay, I kind of got a little purifying energies with the changing faces and everything, that there's still, you're still in the phase of purifying, so there may be some little bits of debris that's still left in the aura that needs to be cleansed and shifted, you know, as well as with the judge, that purification of light, healing any wounds of fear, of doubt, that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that things aren't working out for you. It's surrendering and allowing that divine flow to allow things to unfold as they should, and to trust that you are on the right path, even if you can't see the results of all your hard work in the physical. Know that it is being seen and acknowledged on the spiritual, and that you are shifting your reality. You are shifting timelines. We have sensuality, 21, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I played. Yeah, keep following your flow. Let go, surrender, tap into your sacral chakra. Know that you are deserving, that you are worthy. Keep practicing that self-care, self-love. True love, come to me. As I will, so mote it be. Yeah, they are flowing to you. Trust that they are on their way to you. This manifestation, whatever it is that you've been manifesting and wanting to create for yourself moving forward, it is on its way. Just more confirmation. We have rebirth, spring equinox. So we are about to approach the spring equinox. As a matter of fact, probably by the time I put this one out, we will be either on the day of the spring equinox. I'm not sure. Probably. So, but yeah, this is your rebirth. This is your reminder to have faith, to trust in Mother Gaia, to trust that you are provided for, that you are always loved and seen. We have the rabbit here for fertility and growth, new beginnings, the butterfly with transformation, and she has these eggs that are tucked right up underneath her neck here. And I feel like these are your manifestations, you know, what you're germinating, what you're growing and nurturing and taking care of. Make sure you're focused on that. We have the green man with synergy. Yeah, work with Mother Nature. Stay grounded. Don't let your thoughts run away with you. Don't focus on the worries of it's not happening, it's not meant to be. Focus on having it, seeing yourself, enjoying it, becoming it. You are it. You already are it. And that will anchor you onto that timeline that you want to be in. You just got to keep holding space for that energy. The earth element. Look how we have the earth coming out. Mother Earth is wanting you to work with her. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. I love it. I love it, love it. And it's another 6. So we have 66 coming out. And for me, my notes say is being in service as a source of joy, you know, and being in that state of gratitude and pouring love into yourself and pouring gratitude in yourself no matter what you see around you. Is that hold on to the energy and the frequency of gratitude and love in your heart space, and know that it is coming in for you to embody it, to become your manifestation. Yeah, we have her, see how she's rooted, she's planted herself in that energy, in that frequency, on that timeline where the manifestation is there, that you're living in that manifestation. It is to become that manifestation of that dream, that desire. The cup of overfloweth, you know, and you're going to have so much you're going to be able to share with others, and to be in service is to share with others. Look, you have the heart chakra coming out. Yay. I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving relationships. All right, and that's number 8. That is about your strength, your limitless potential. It's restoring that balance. Yeah, look, and she's holding that blessing in her hand. You know, hold on to your gratitude. Stay in a space of gratitude. Conscious steps, considered action looking forward. Thank you. Be aware of your thoughts. Make sure that they're not slipping into a place of doubt and fear or worry. You know, you are good enough. You are worthy. That manifestation is making its way to you. Hold on to your faith, to your wisdom. What do we have? We have Merkaba activation, ground, shield, and protect. Okay, and that is a 33. That's awesome. That one is about creativity, creation, joy, harmony, support. This is the balance between heart and mind and staying centered, right, in your knowing, in your divinity. And with this triangle here, this is the divine feminine energy, you know, the energies of earth, of receiving, of gratitude, of nurturing energies, you know, nurturing the soil, continuing to purge and cleanse anything that is of lower vibration that doesn't stem from a place of love and faith, trust. You know, where is there an unconscious thought? You know, if there's fear in any kind of way, then there's something within our belief system that makes us feel lack in some kind of way, or undeserving in some kind of way, or without. And those are the areas that we need to fill with our love and our light and our attention, so that we can bring them to light, restore the balance within, and live from a conscious place of knowing our truth, knowing that we deserve, knowing our worthiness, and having faith and knowing that our manifestation is, and it is so, and that you are worthy of deserving of receiving and having it here on planet Earth. Okay, that is what the winds of change want to remind you of. That is their message. That is what's coming in. If you resonated with this reading, I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you don't know what to say, just let me know pile number 2 resonated with you. I would love to have you back here at the Oasis Healing Temple. Sending y'all so much love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. You were drawn to the Raven's Head with the blue Aragonite. And the Raven's Head is about once you see something, once you see the truth of something, you can't unsee it. You know, it's like the Matrix. Once you take the pill, you can't untake the pill. Once you see the truth of something or an individual, like, you can't unsee it, you can't unknow it, you know. And this is about once you have the wisdom, once you discover the truth of something, it's like you can't pretend you don't know now. And I feel like with being paired with the blue Aragonite here, that the two of these are telling you it's more about emotional truth, like the truth of some situation that involves your emotions. So it could be in a relationship, maybe perhaps the way you see things in the relationship. Now you know the truth about someone or their intentions. Now you can't unsee it, and it may be something that's holding your focus. But it is about listening to that pearl of wisdom and not denying what you know now. The truth is being revealed. So let's see what else the Winds of Change wants you to know. We have the Song of the Sea. Listen to your intuition. Follow the guidance. Listen to your instincts. Listen to your spirit. Your spirit is guiding you. What is your intuition telling you about this individual, about this situation? You know, it's not ignoring your feelings and your, you know, because it's like, don't ignore the red flags. They're there for a reason. I'm seeing a lot of, this red is sticking out a lot. That's why the red came out here. But yeah, Pay attention to them red flags. There's something that you need to see. The truth about the situation, the truth about the individual, or the truth about how you feel. Ooh, yeah, we got the Dragon Slayer. There needs to be, I feel like you're being asked to protect yourself protect your emotions, protect your heart, have a more objective point of view. Maybe there's something you're not seeing. This could be also somebody who doesn't have the best intentions, you know. Are you learning to discover the truth? Let's give it up. Let's see what else we got. Spirit of this place. Yeah, trust in your guidance, your inner compass here. There's just so much of, you know, trust the energy that's being presented to you. The energies don't lie. An individual can tell you whatever they want you to believe about them. You know, a lot of individuals want to tell you, oh, I'm this person, I'm this type of way, that's who I am, you know, this is how I live and believe and everything like that. But if their actions don't back up their words, they're just words. They're not reality. They're trying to paint an image of themselves that they want you to believe. They want to tell you who they are. They want to say, oh, I'm happy, I'm living my best life. But underneath the surface of all that, that might not be the actual truth. You might see where they may be lying to themselves or lying to you because they want you to believe that they are this type of person, but in actuality, they're the opposite of that. You know, maybe they're trying to act like they have good intentions, but really they're manipulating you because they want to take advantage of you. You know, that's why you have to be very discerning. Maybe you feel like you trusted the wrong person and now it's hard for you to trust again. And there is nothing wrong with trusting, right? What was wrong was your choice in who you decided to trust. And I feel like now you've learned a lesson. You've learned how to discern who is somebody who is their authentic self, be it by watching how their actions follow their words. What they tell me is exactly what I see them implementing in their life, and the way they treat people, the way they treat me. I feel like it's easy. They just flow. You know, I feel like they're an authentic person versus somebody who likes to tell you these stories, but their actions don't match what they're saying. You know, they embellish a lot and they manipulate. Maybe they try to gaslight. So you're being asked to pay attention, to observe, and in doing so, that's what protects your heart, so that you learn who is somebody you can trust versus who is somebody not to invest your heart into, not to give your heart, your fragile, tender heart. You know, it's protecting that inner child. We have stuck in the mud. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is it's a pattern. It's something that you've been stuck in, or something you've been contemplating over in your head. Maybe you're not sure if your intuition is right, you don't quite trust yourself, or you're trying to make up excuses maybe for people's behaviors or actions, you know, or whatnot. And, you know, it's just, you have to pay attention to them red flags, to your intuition, to your guidance, because Spirit is guiding you. Your angels are giving you signs. They're pointing out things. Like when you hear somebody tell a lie, like, I don't know, there's something that happens. Like for me, I'm very open, I'm very sensitive, so I already know when somebody's embellishing the truth, you know. And there might be an element of truth in there, but for whatever reason, they're wanting to paint the picture in a certain way to invoke an energy out of you, or maybe to get attention from you, or to see them in some other kind of light, you know, which is not the truth, you know what I mean? You know how somebody's like, or maybe they're scared of the truth, they're scared that you're going to judge them, or afraid that they're not good enough in some way if they're not, you know, X, Y, and B, if this doesn't line up, you know. And sometimes it's being more observing, and little lies are like whatever, but it's when somebody is doing something deceitful and disloyal, like I can't be in a relationship if I can't trust you, you know? Like, there should be respect, and if there's something going on, you know, have the courtesy and the courage to talk about it, you know? And if you made a mistake, then our relationship should be strong enough to be able to have a conversation about it and, you know, have that trust and know, you know, forgiveness is available for somebody who truly, you know, is remorseful. But you have to be able to discern that, you know, by trusting yourself. We have romance, okay, yeah, definitely about a relationship. That's what I was feeling about here. And it says romance is a sacred power. It is. Your heart is something that is sacred. You know, it is a treasure. It is a gift. They're very delicate and they're very sensitive, you know, but it can also be so strong and empowering. But it is a, you know, you have to be tender with it. You have to be gentle with it, especially when you go through hardships in life, where there's trauma, where there's disappointment, betrayal, distrust, all those things. When a heart gets broken and everything like that, it takes a long time to heal, to put the pieces back together again. And so to be extremely vulnerable and to go right out there and just keep wearing your heart on your sleeve all the time, and investing in people who don't really appreciate it, you know, and they just see, oh, right, there's a sucker, let me, you know, take them, you know, for everything they got. Or, oh, yeah, they're so happy in their life and stuff like that. You know, they're not going to miss me taking this and this and this. You know, learn to protect yourself, or wise up. You know, you don't know how people perceive one another and perceive each other. I know there's a lot of old programming that says, you know, somebody who is like connected to their emotions and expresses themselves or is very kind and generous, that somehow they're weak, you know. And that, for me, that's not true. I don't see things like that. I see somebody who's very open and very strong, because this, in a world like this where so many people are so mean and want to, you know, just be so negative, to be kind and to have somebody who's still generous and still, you know, offers a smile when you see them, those are, you know, those rare lights that you don't often see sometimes. Just in your day-to-day, and I always enjoy when I can look at somebody that I don't know, a stranger, and they look me in my eyes and just offer a smile or a nod, an acknowledgement, you know what I mean? Like, it's sweet and it's endearing because it's a soul recognition, you know. I don't know you, but I wish you well. To me, that is strength, because it is an open heart. It is a heart that feels in a world that can be so painful, and that takes courage. So don't shame yourself or cut off your light because of the people out there who are open and are afraid to feel, and would rather take than to give and to offer themselves and to be vulnerable. Don't allow these type of individuals to prevent you from being your true self, from singing your song, from opening your heart and sharing your heart and being open to receiving the energy and the love that you deserve, that you're seeking for. Yeah, victory. Yeah, look at your cup, right? You want to fill your cup, fill your heart with your love, with your devotion, with your attention and your protection here. Protecting your heart. Not everybody deserves that. You know, that's why it is something that needs to be protected. Because like I said, in a world that, you know, is filled with so much pain, you really do have to protect your heart so it doesn't become broken and it doesn't shine anymore, because there's so many people that want to snuff it out, you know. We have grace. that understand that there are people who are still living in their traumas and not dealing with, you know, their struggles and things that they've come through, and they're just not very conscious and not very aware. And when I come across those type of people who want to project things on me or try to dim my light by trying to make me feel a certain kind of way with their words or their energies or their look, this dissatisfied look that I get sometimes when we go to festivals, you know, we're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's just me knowing who is an ally versus somebody who's, you know, not there yet. And we don't have to be liked by everybody, right? And not everybody is somebody that we're gonna get along with or fully understand, but we can still have respect. We can still have, you know, a difference of opinion and not be made to feel like you're wrong just because you disagree. You know, you can have a disagreement because some people come to realizations about life through their experience, and some people just parrot information that has been passed around. They don't have any facts to the matter. This is like a social norm, or this is just legend. I don't know. It's really just, you know, they parrot information. My friend's friend told me this and this and this. And so for them, they've made that a truth without them ever experiencing anything to make it their truth. And typically I find people who can't have conversations or disagreements without being like calm and just like, you know, cool, that's, you know, that's your truth through your experience. And for me, this is what happened for me, and that's why I have this belief system. You know, it's allowing both to be true. Both can exist at the same time and neither one be wrong. And it's having that mutual respect for one another. It doesn't mean that I have to change my beliefs for you in some way, or you have to change yours for me in any kind of way. We don't need like approval in that way. Like for me, I just need my own approval, because this is how I've come to my belief system, is through this activity or through this experience. And so a lot of people don't understand that both can be true. You know, they can have their point of view and you can have your point of view, and it doesn't mean either one's wrong, but it doesn't mean you have to force one another to love each other or to change for the other person or anything like that. It's having that mutual respect and understanding. We have lotus flower unfoldment. Okay, yes, there's going to be a lot of growth for you. I gotta drink some water, sorry guys. Yeah. You are healing, you're growing. You know the truth now. You see the truth of the situation, of the individual. The light. It's being exposed. You can't hide it anymore. We have creation. All right. So something is gonna grow from this experience, you know. You yourself are going to grow from this experience. And you're going to create something new for yourself. What do we have here? I see some fish. Lots of good luck, prosperity. You can tell what some of these little creatures are around there. I've got a sea turtle, alright. Flowing with the emotional body here. From this, you're going to be creating something new. We have transformation, our journey within to meet my higher self and to find true happiness. Look at that with the dragon's lair here. Yeah, shining your light into the darkness. The raven here, into the mysteries of learning the truth. Seeing things from a higher perspective. Shining your light and your awareness, being more objective, trying to see the truth of the matter. Having that understanding for yourself as well. Because some people, like, it can be hard sometimes when you go through, let's say, toxic relationships. And you're with individuals who almost kind of, they treat you the exact same way that maybe your parents or somebody else treated you, and you allow them to treat you a certain kind of way because you don't know your worth and your value, or you, out of your love for them, because they've gone through, traumatic experiences, you allow their behavior to be acceptable, and not making them take responsibility for how they treat you, and almost setting those boundaries so that they know that that's not something that you're going to tolerate and support, if they continue acting that way, instead of correcting their behavior and not taking their pain and trauma out on you, but realizing that, when you love somebody, you can, set those expectations for a partner in your life and expect that they honor them if they want to be with you. And if somebody doesn't want to change and they want to continue to be disrespectful and hurt you and make excuses why it's okay and use the past as well, this happened to me, so, then you need to decide if that's really what you want to experience in a relationship. Is that something that you can live with? Is that something you can tolerate and support and have a long, happy, healthy relationship with? Or you've got to come to those realizations where you got to make that choice to say goodbye, because you're worth and deserving more, and they need to learn to grow up and take accountability for the way that they behave, and realize that they can't treat people that they say they love with so much disrespect like this and think that they will continue to be, in the inner circle, or be there sharing their love and sharing their heart, when they're just breaking it over and over again, They're not careful with your heart. Oh, look, we have the healing heart. Love, acceptance, and romance. Yeah, this is what you deserve. So, and you deserve somebody who loves and respects you and wants to create a beautiful future with you. They understand, your needs. They understand the pains that you've gone through, and they don't want to inflict more pain. They actually want you to grow your heart, and they want you to heal. They want you to completely immerse yourself in a relationship with them where you're both happy and healthy. I mean, you have romance coming out twice, so I feel like you really want that soulmate, and you have every right to have one who values you and loves you and doesn't want to shame you and put you down or manipulate you and treat you like you're not. Oh, I just keep bumping the table. I'm so sorry if this has been jiggling. I'm just unaware sometimes when I'm doing these readings. Anyways, but yeah, this is the end of a cycle for you, the end of tolerating this, because once you can't unknow what you've been, accepting for all of these years, and telling yourself that this is okay, and it's not. And your heart deserves better. It wants to grow. It wants to receive love. It wants to be in a romantic relationship with somebody who appreciates them and values them. And that's got to come from within your own being first, before any other individual can offer that to you. Your path of least resistance. Choose ease and grace. We have grace coming out here again. Make peace with your past. Make peace with, what you've been through as a child and through all these toxic relationships, and make peace with yourself in your choices, because a lot of the times when we, the younger version of yourself doesn't know what the older version of yourself knows. What your 30-year-old self can look back at your 20-year-old self and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe, I dressed like that, or, I made that decision, I can't believe I was reckless like that, things like this. But, at the time you're young, and this is where your mind is at, and this is what you were going through. So at the time, you know, with the consciousness and the perception that you had, these were your options, these were your choices, and, you know, you were doing the best you could, right? And where was your mindset? Where was your heart? What were you going through? What were you looking for? You know, it's doing that self-discovery and going within to find what was your heart looking for, you know. And now with this awareness, with this new perception and understanding of yourself, what is it that's going to bring you happiness? You know, the most happiness. Where's your soul guiding you? Where's your heart leading you? And follow your heart. Follow that path. End the cycle that's been repeating where you keep making the same choices and ignoring the red flags. It's time for you to be more protective of your heart, more discerning of who is somebody who is going to take this relationship honestly, truthfully, wholeheartedly, serious, you know, and offer you that same type of love that you're deserving, you know, who's going to help you fill your cup, you know. And it's you filling your cup, but it's always nice to have somebody supporting you and reminding you of how great you are, how beautiful you are, how loved you are, how kind you are, you know, and just supporting you and offering you that confidence in yourself, you know, that builds you up, builds your esteem, doesn't shut you down. They want to see you rise. They want to see you in your best light. They want to see you happy. That's somebody that you want to attract in your life, and become that person for yourself so that you can attract that individual into your life. You know, become your best partner by the way that you love yourself, by the way that you protect your heart, by the way that you esteem yourself. All right, pile number 3. I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here. Thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you feel like sharing your story, or if you don't know what to say, just tell me pile number 3 was your reading. Thank you all so much. Give me a like and subscribe. This really helps me grow my channel. I am sending y'all so much love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.